Welcome to the Spiritually Ambitious Entrepreneur Diaries, where I'm coming on here live every single day, lipstick or no lipstick. And I am sharing stories on my journey to, I'm currently building a 7-figure business while becoming the best version of myself. And so that's my goal, to share my stories with you in real time as I'm going through it. Today, I have I have one that I just have a feeling is going to go down in the books. For this is going to be a really powerful one. Because I had a call with my coach today, and she said something right in the middle of our conversation that just brought me into this story, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, people need to hear this." We were talking about like why people ghost coaching containers when it's like they've paid a lot of money, they have like signed up for something, they've invested, and then they're not showing up. And I was like starting to feel troubled, and I was like, why are people doing this? Like, they paid way too much money to just like stop showing up for themselves. And she was like, well, it's really just fear. It's like they wish they could just get off the obstacle course. And it just reminded me of a time when I was on a literal obstacle course. And I was like, okay, this is the thing I have to tell you guys. So if you've ever felt like maybe you committed to something and then you were feeling brave and bold at the time when you committed and you were like, yes, I'm going to do it. You're having this like, there's that movie where it's like all you need is 19 seconds of insane courage and then you can do anything. And that's kind of true. But also, what happens when the 19 seconds fade and you're still in the situation where you need the courage, right? So this is something you can probably relate to, where you're like, oh, I had the 19 seconds of insane courage. I did the thing, but then the thing kept going on and I had to keep doing it. And my courage went away. And now I'm just in here in this scary thing. Drop me like a heart. Let me know if you can relate to this. If you've ever done something where you felt really courageous in the moment and then you're like, oh, I have to keep being courageous. And what is happening? I can't do it. And you're kind of panicking, right? Because I'm really good at taking these initial bold steps, but then sometimes it's like you have to keep being bold. So there was this time when I was in Kosovo, which is a country that is actually even debated that it is a country in the first place. Poor Kosovo. But it's like summer. This is 2023, 2 years ago. I was with a friend. We were just doing a little road trip around the Balkans, and we found this farm in Kosovo, and we did a ropes course. Are you guys like high ropes course people? Do you like adrenaline? How do you feel about all of that? I don't even know if you can leave comments, but if you can, drop me a comment. Let me know. Because I love, I do love heights. I have a I think I fear it to the degree that like a normal person does, but not like excessively, and maybe even less than a normal, quote unquote, normal person. So I was doing this ropes course. My friend and I were doing it. We did the first round, like the first level of it, which is on just the first story. That was fun. Just like a few chill moments. Then we did the second one. There's like some zip lines. The blood's pumping a little bit. We're having fun. It's just like a Sunday. And then we finished, and I was like, okay, what about the third level 3? And the guide was like, he wasn't really like a guide. Like, he wasn't doing it with us. He could just like set us up to do it, and we did it ourselves. And he was like, oh, people don't really do level 3. And obviously, if you know me, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely doing it now because people don't do it. So he's like, people don't really do level 3. And I was like, okay, well, we're not most people. Like, we're going to do it. Do you guys do this? Do you like jump into the challenge and you're like, yes, I got this? So I'm like, okay, most people don't do level 3. I'm going to do it. We go up there, and it's like 3 stories in the air at least. So at least like 30 feet, probably a little bit higher. It's outside. The canopy, it's like straight up canopy tour. We have harnesses. So like at the end of the day, we're not gonna die. Like, we are like harnessed in. But we get to, I think we did the first one together. And the way it works is like there's a person in front, and like you have to like stay roped in the entire time. And so my friend was in front, and we get to this place where it's monkey bars. And when I say monkey bars, it's literally like 3 stories in the air, monkey bars. And you have to jump off the ledge, and do the monkey bars. And yes, you have the harness, but again, you could let go and fall and, like, be okay, but you're gonna drop, like, a ways and then get jolted, and, like, that's gonna be crazy. That's not really ideal. And so my friend is standing there for probably, like, 15 minutes, and she's like, "I can't do it. I can't jump." And, I'm, like, cheering her on, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's just a silly ropes course, whatever. So we both have to go back down, and at the bottom, I was like, "I wanna try. I wanna do it. Why? Why am I like this?" So I go back up and I take my turn. And I am also standing there for like 10, 15 minutes being like, "Oh my god." Like, when it's you, oh my god, there's this literal moment where you have to just jump. And I was like, "I don't know." Like, I haven't done the monkey bars since I was a kid. Like, I don't know if my hands are gonna swing and hold. And you have to go at least like 3 rungs, and then there's a little trapeze thing for you to like balance your feet on. And then you go again. And again, it's all like 30 feet in the air. And so when I was watching her, I was like, "Come on, you can do it." But when it was just me, I don't I don't even remember what like the moment I just decided to jump. It was just like, why the fuck not? Like, just do it. Like, what else are you here for? Like, what are you doing? And so I jump, right? And oh my God, like adrenaline's so scary. And I like go across the first few rungs. I get to the first trapeze. And that's when I was like, what the F did I just do? Because now there's no way down except for literally like falling on the harness and like getting someone to come rescue me. And there's like people down there like starting to watch me. And I was like, "Oh my god, now there's, like, 3 more trapezes to go." And it was like, that's when I started getting even more scared. So I was, like, shaking, and I'm going and, like, taking a break at every trapeze, but I, like, just remember cursing myself during this time and being like, "Why am I like this? Why do I have to, like, push the envelope? Why do I have to like, why do I always want more?" And I was just feeling, like, this sense of, like, if there was any easy way to escape, I would. If there was any easy way to escape, I would just cancel the whole thing and be done. But luckily for me, or unluckily, um, there wasn't an escape. There wasn't an actual escape. Like, I even asked the guy, like, I was like, "Hey, can I actually come down? Can you come get me?" And he was like, "No, I can't. I literally can't. Like, you have to keep going or you have to fall. Those are the ways to get down is you either fall and then the harness, like, gets you and then we can come rescue you, or you have to keep going. I can't just, like, get you from there. There is no off ramp." And so I had to keep going. So what I'm saying is, I get it. If I know what it feels like to almost, like, overreach, and it's not even overreach, it's just, like, you were courageous in one moment. You took a leap, and then it's like you didn't realize how much it was actually gonna stretch you, and how much you really needed to grow into this leap, and how maybe, like, underskilled you are, and, like, unprepared. Because I was very underskilled and unprepared on these monkey bars. My hands were, like, blistering, because there's also conditions you don't know are gonna happen. Like, it was really hot, and so the monkey bars were, like, um, what's it called? Like, they had been soaking in the sun all day, and so they were temperature hot. So it wasn't just, like, blisters from, like, using them wrong, it was, like, heat blisters. So my hands are blistering. So there's, like, conditions you don't recognize. So I'm, like, injured. My hands are kind of, like, bleeding as I'm doing this. And so there's, like, things that can happen when you take your leap. Maybe your leap is, like, you're starting a business, or maybe you are, I don't know, like, you sign up to give a TED Talk or something. Like, you just, like, make this big commitment to doing something big and scary, and then you get in the thick of it, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is more than I bargained for." And I know how tempting it can be to look for an escape, to tell yourself, "You know what? This isn't for me after all. I don't actually want this." There's that Taylor Swift song, Change, it's, like, from the Olympic soundtrack, and she's like, "We can walk away and say we don't need this, but there's something in your eyes that says you can beat this. And I think for a lot of us, we hit this moment where we feel so scared that all we wanna do is cancel and panic and retreat and just, like, find the fastest escape route. Tell ourselves, "We don't actually need this. This wasn't really that big of a dream after all." But what if we couldn't do it? Like, what if we couldn't give up? What if there was actually no escape? And then you had to go forward? Because for me, I think I've been so fortunate, maybe or just dumb, and, like, I've done this to myself where the times I grow the most is because I literally have to, because there actually is no other route. There is no escape. Or I play it all the way out and I'm like, I can't go backwards. I can't go that way. I have to go forward because it's so tempting to want to just go back to your quote unquote comfort zone. Like you take a leap, you put yourself out there, and I get how tempting it is. Like once you realize, oh my God, it's real out there. The monkey bars are hot. My hands are blistering. I'm bleeding. This is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought I was stronger. I thought the challenge wasn't as hard. And so it's like in those moments, it is so, so tempting to just be like, nix, cancel. Let's just not do it. Never mind. But what if you just decided you can't go back? There was a reason you jumped off the monkey bars in the first place. There was a reason you decided to take this leap. There was a reason you decided to join this coaching program. There's a reason you decided to start your business. You can't go back. Even when you go back, like let's say I had gone back somehow and like, I don't know, somehow like went backwards on the monkey bars, I would have felt so upset with myself the whole rest of the day. Like it would have still haunted me to this day. So even in the situations where you can technically cancel or you can technically go back on your word or like not really follow through, mentally you can't because what it does to you, like you can, but then what it does to you is it crushes you. And I don't say that to be dramatic. It really wrecks your self-esteem because you're like, I thought I could do something and I couldn't. And when are you ever going to try something again? It's going to take so long for you to try something again because of how detrimental that is on your self-esteem. Even if I had fallen while trying to do the monkey bars, that would have been better for my self-esteem than if I had just like chickened out and gone back or like demanded that he come to rescue me or because I'm sure he probably could have, but like that would have been horrible. Right? Like once you go, the absolute worst thing you can do is go backwards. Because when you go backwards, what you're doing is you're saying like I'm not the kind of person who can take risks. I'm not the kind of person who can face fear. I'm not the kind of person who can be uncomfortable. Like I can't tolerate it. And then your life shrinks. It shrinks. And then your spirit is just like crunched inside of this shrunken life and it's not a fulfilling or satisfying way to live. And so yes, you technically can do it, but you can't do it. There is no going back. I thought through this so many times when I was building my business. There were so many times where I was like, you know what? Like, what if I just quit and I got a job back in the States and I like worked in pharma or something and like can use my medical degree and like, sure, I probably could have done that and figured it out. But then I played it through and I was like, okay, maybe I would feel better because I had a steady income for I don't know, like a year, but then it's like, I would wanna be back out here again. I would wanna be traveling again. I'd wanna be starting a business. I'd wanna be doing the things I love. Like, I know I would find my way back to exactly where I am now because this is where I actually wanna be. It's just hard. So it makes sense that I wanna escape. It makes sense that I wanna, like, just go back to where it felt, quote, unquote, "safe," but I actually can't. You can't. You have to go forward. There is no comfort for you back in your comfort zone. It's stagnation at this point. So there just comes this point where like the only way out is through. through the discomfort, through the fear, through the uncertainty, through the like, I don't know, like worrying that other people are gonna laugh at you and make fun, like through all of it, the only way out is through. Once you've taken that leap, once you have started the business, once you've even you like started your Instagram account, you started a blog, you joined a coaching thing, like you can you can stop showing up. You can try to find the way out, but there is no way out. You have to keep going. You have to show up for yourself. You have to learn how to move through the discomfort that you feel in the moment. The only way out is through. And I I don't know if I wish there was a different way. Like I don't know if I wish I had better news for you because look, we think it's scary to go through it and it is. But pain as you do this, the self-efficacy you feel, the way like the world like opens up for you once you go through, that changes everything. It changes how you feel about yourself. It changes what you're open to. It changes what you think is possible. It changes everything. So, if you are currently feeling like one, you're afraid to take a leap in the first place, or two, you've taken a leap and now you're kind of in the middle of the leap being like, I thought this would be over by now, or I thought this would be like, like kind of wishing you could just get off the obstacle course, being like, I just want to cancel this. I want to get out. I am so sorry, but there is no way out. There's just through. And so instead of what I realized actually on the obstacle course, the more I had my energy focused on trying to find an escape route, the more I was at risk of falling, right? The more I was trying to think and brainstorm, how can I get down? How can I just like get out of here? I was losing my energy and focus. But when I would just channel my focus towards grab the ring, grab the rung, go and do those monkey bars, I would put all my energy. It was like I had to channel all of my energy into going forward. I couldn't even think about falling. In those times where I was going on the monkey bars, it was like all I had to, like the only option in my mind was like, you grab it, you go, you go. And everything was so condensed and so focused in that moment on just achieving the goal that any thought about escaping or getting out, like I would have fallen. And so it's like you have to just focus your energy on where you want to go. And even if I did fall, at least I would have fallen because of a true just strength deficit or skill deficit, not because I was focusing on the ground and not because of like my mind was bringing me down. It's because I literally couldn't do it. But at least it's like I failed daring greatly and really, really giving it my best, right? So it's like the more energy you're focusing on escape planning, finding a way out, the less you're really focused on moving towards your goal. So I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but this is just the news. This is just the way it is, right? If you want to have, we're going to call it like a monkey bars life, right? If you want to have the kind of life where you're jumping on the monkey bars, this is what's required. You have to overcome fear. The other option is you stay on level 2 of the ropes course, you stay on level 1 where most people hang out, right? Because the guy was like, most people don't do level 3. This is true. Most people don't start businesses. Most people don't ever try to get out of their comfort zone. And so it's okay, you don't have to do that. But if you want to start a business, if you want to build your business, if you want to like fund your own freedom, if you want to be traveling the world while doing the things you love to do, like if that's the kind of life you want, yeah, jump on the monkey bars. You gotta go. You gotta work through the fear. And when you do, when you learn that skill, life expands. And that's what I want for all of you. But you have to want it for yourself. I can't, I couldn't force my friend to do the monkey bar. She never did it. And then she told me like for like the whole even like still she'll tell me like I'm still so mad at myself that I didn't do it. And she's like I was like so I don't think she said jealous because that's she's German. I don't think she uses that word, but she was just like she wished she had done it. She's like I'm scared of heights, but I just like I wish I had done it. So do it. Take the leap. Trust yourself to keep going and stop trying to look for a way out and just go forward. Just focus your attention on going forward. There is no out, there is no escape. We just rise and we go. And that's what we do. Now, speaking of, I don't know, rising and going. Tomorrow, I am hosting a free training. So instead of doing a live tomorrow, I will be live with you guys, but it'll be in my Zoom room. So if you're wanting to join, make sure you send me a message. You can go to LinkedIn as well and find me on LinkedIn. The event is on there, but it's called My First 100K Case Study. I am walking you through every single step, every single year like that I took to hit six figures, what my mistakes were, the things that I learned so you can avoid them. And my goal is to help you compress your timeline so that you can hit six figures in 1 year when it took me four. And that's the vibe is I will give you your 12-month path to your first six figures. So that's happening tomorrow in the Zoom room. Do not miss out on that. If you have questions on how to get to it, feel free to send me a message or find me on LinkedIn. I don't really know how to put links on here, so I'm just not going to figure that out. But thank you so much for joining and hanging out with me. Remember, I'm doing this every single day except for tomorrow when I'm doing something else. But if you want to hang out with me during this time, come hang out every day. 12, is it 12 or is it 1? 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's 8 p.m. for me. So thank you guys for joining and I will see you tomorrow.